I am about to enter a room, but there's something that bothered me. There were 3 doors, and without knowing each of their purpose, I entered the first door and exit to the second door. By that moment, I knew that I have missed one thing in my life: to read and at the same time, to follow. Our world is filled with warnings, signs, signals. We can see them everywhere, right? But the question is, are we following them? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zarilo Buyen, 16 years of age, from Towerville National High School, one of the Camp Salute's 3rd batch, and I'm here to talk about us. Look to the right and you will see a sign, "No smoking." Yet, in a not so very distant area, you will be surprised to see someone smoking. And as you turn your head to the left, you will see another sign, "Don't throw your garbage here." But why there's still a bunch of trash slowly getting rotten in the side of the areas? In fact, this is one of the leading problems in our community. Take a look at this photo. This was taken outside the Grotto Church last March 29 after the Alay Lakad, one of the tradition during Holy Week. Imagine a group of people who aim to serve God but lives like this. Going out, we can see different traffic signs. Slow down, but there's still cars that runs fast. No U-turn, but why some vehicles are not on the right lane? No parking, but why there are lines of cars blocking the area? Unloading here, but you can still see people rushing over a jeepney and swarming to get on it. And lastly, walking along the road and you will see a pedestrian lane. But why is that only few people use it? Instead, they walk freely playing with nets as they stumble across fast vehicles. Then, what do you think is the reason behind this? Why do all of this exist? Above all that was mentioned, it points out only one reason. Lack of what? Starts with letter D and ends with letter E. Exactly. The big word, discipline. What comes first on your mind when you hear this word? The Merriam Dictionary defined it as a willingness to obey rules or orders. Rules in life is important. Without it, there will be chaos in our society. But why we keep on ignoring rules when we know it is important? People. Because we have this never-ending mentality like, why do I have to follow if I'm not the only one who violates? In billions of people, you are not the only one who have this mentality, which is very alarming. Believing in this mentality will put our lives on risk. I want you to watch this video. What happened? The man suddenly crossed. In that case, the man was still lucky because he was still alive. But in our lives, are we gonna wait for it to happen if there are so many ways to avoid it? Like what the lady did in this next video.
You need to check to make sure the driver has seen you before you cross.
See? Nothing bad will happen to us if we're going to follow even simple rules. Let's not imitate other people who don't have discipline. Instead, start the change. Be an example. Show leadership by example. I can still remember before when I was walking along the street where there were lots of trash, and I am holding only a small one. I am about to throw it, but I found myself putting it in my bag. Then why? Because I saw the man before me also did that. In spite of a bunch of trashes scattered in front of him, he still showed discipline. He just stand there and made me realize that he can do it. Then why can't I be like that? That's the power of leadership by example. It leads you to influence other people, not by telling them what to do, but by showing them through action. As you found your purpose in life, you will surely know the importance of discipline. Before, I left no response when somebody asked me what is my dream. Until this organization arrived, the Camp Salute program. They taught me what is my purpose as a youth. And so that I have this eagerness to dream for change, starting from myself, to lead other people. But I found out that being a leader is not that easy. Yourself must be your first responsibility. You must be a good follower first. In short, you must be disciplined. And at this point of time, maybe you are asking yourself, do I have discipline? Well, yes, you can have it. Because we are not born naturally with discipline. It is a quality that we are going to learn step by step. And you can still do something. Not just by sitting there or listening to what I say, but by thinking, planning, and making a change the moment you walk out here. Before I end up my speech, I want to take this opportunity to thank those people. Salute those people who serves as a good influence to every youth. In this world full of bad influences, please, never get tired to feed us with good one. Because that is a legacy that you will leave on us. And to my fellow youth, it is about time to practice discipline. Because it doesn't happen once and we're done. It's a practice, doing again and again to become better at it. To become ready as the change lies in our hands. For we are the future leaders. And always remember that discipline is one of the most important ingredients to produce a great and efficient servant leader. And then we can achieve change. Once again, I'm Zairil. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.